Hey team, the Grass Commando here. It's a week after a renovation. I just thought I'd take a quick shot. It's had nothing done to it except sunshine and maybe a little bit of rain. So you can see how it's coming back pretty much straight away. So although it looked like we'd given it a good hiding, it loves it and it certainly responds to it. So here's the back lawn. You can see it's really bounced back. Even that bit that was pretty much killed off has come back really well. And if we get right down to the facts of the matter, you can see how it is actually, they're standing up proud and they've just taken off. And even the brown spots that are still a bit brown, if we have a look, sneak up on them, a bit of a commando crawl, you can see they are recovered, they're sitting up and they're taking in the sunlight. Hey Henry, you join us now after all the hard work's done, mate. So today we're going to do a little bit of after action fertiliser. And you going to help today? No, probably not. Yeah, so today team we're going to put down some fertiliser just to bolster the grow back and then put some water down. So normally I'd put some all seasons fertiliser down, but I found out I don't have enough to cover my lawn, so I'm going to my backup option, which is a really good option if you don't want to mess around too much. So the first thing I'm going to be putting down is slow release nitrogen, and as it says there, I'm going to put about 40 grams per square metre down, so I'll put that down first. Good thing with this is it's slow release, so it won't burn the plants so much, but you do have to water it in, and over the next weeks and months it will slowly release and you'll see the benefits. The other fertiliser I'm going to put down is potassium or sulphate of potash. Now this is often overlooked as a fertiliser. You can see it's a white granular. If I put it in the bag, doesn't really matter what it looks like. That's another one which I'll put down probably about 30 to 40 grams per square metre, and that just really puts in a lot more of the trace elements that your lawn can sometimes be missing. Now how I do this is not based on science. I just basically weigh it out on my scales in a bucket, section up my lawn and spread it. Now there's a lot of scuttlebutt out there around what type of spreader to use. Here's one, a cheap one you can buy. I'll be honest with you, they're all pants. They don't work very well at all. And the reason for that is you can never make the setting the right gap for whatever fertiliser. It gets gummed up. You dump it all at your feet or it just flies out. So the way I see it is humans have been fertilising crops and that for a millennium. It's nothing better than the Mark 1 mutton on the end of your hand. You just get some spreading action going, walk backwards and forwards. It's relatively easy. I haven't found any issues when I have doubled up, where I've been going backwards and forwards and I've doubled up. It just seems to even out in the end. Good thing to have, team, is a lawn diary and section up your lawn so you know the area. So I've done that, so it makes it really easy for when I spread the fertiliser. So that'll be me today. I'll just be mixing it up and getting it on there. The other thing to note is really important, once you've spread it, get your blower out and blow any excess off the concrete. You don't want nitrogen, or specifically the potash, sitting on your concrete and getting wet, as it can discolour it and make all sorts of issues. So there we have it, we'll get it down. A great day for it in Marlborough. Henry? No, he's really not going to help me, so I'll be on my own. And there you go, team, that's with the fertiliser spread before I water it. And as you can see, you got to put a generous amount on if you want a good result. Hey look team, the reality is if you want a good lawn, you got to invest in it. And how much you invest will be directly related to how good a lawn you want. But there's some things you can do pretty cheaply and get it looking good. If you do nothing else, a couple of doses a year of nitrogen will give it great wonders. This is relatively cheap. That was about 10 kilos, was about 26 bucks. And even if you put potash on once a year and did nothing else, you'd probably get a pretty good result. But now for the rest of the day I'll be watering this in. Henry, what are you doing, doofus? Be watering it in just to make sure that it gets down to where it needs to be. I'll probably do 30 minutes per section on an oscillator sprayer, so, and we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. Hopefully we'll get some rain, not too much sun. Well, maybe a little bit of sun, enough for Henry to come out and get his daily, hey mate, his daily dose. Anyway, until next time team, we'll see how this scrubs up in a couple of weeks.